Hey, sunshine. Hey, sweetie. Hey, good morning, sunshine. We're in Nashville, hon. We're waking up in Nashville. I might get you the pup cup today, though. Every other day, hon, so you don't get too fat, honey. So you don't get too fat. What do you think of that, huh? You're a good girl. You're a good girl, honey. Country music, hon. Country music. They take you run around. Country music singer, hon. Excuse me. You're a good girl, hon. Country music, hon. Twang, twang. Twang, twang, hon. Oh. I guess I didn't win the Powerball. It went up. This is another big line, although it's moving faster. This is a busy area. Can't even make a left turn out of the hotel parking lot.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you today?
Could I get a venti caramel latte with skim milk, please?
Okay, venti caramel latte with skim milk. Did you want that hot or iced today?
As hot as you can make it.
All right, extra hot. You got it. What else for you?
Could I get a pup cup, please?
Yeah, absolutely. What's the pup's name today?
Daisy.
What is it?
Daisy.
Daisy.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so cute. We
Yeah.
can't wait to meet Miss Daisy.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
It's going to be 574. I'll see you at the window.
Thanks. They can't wait to meet Daisy. Daisy, they don't know you then, hon. They don't know you get moody. You get snippy. Daisy said, "Oh, a pup cup, huh? Oh, all right. You want to meet Daisy? Do you like all your fingers? It's such a beautiful day. You don't need all those fingers." This one, see, this line's moving like it's supposed to. That Starbucks yesterday, I never had anything happen like that. What a disaster. Hey, Debbie. We're in beautiful Nashville. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Karen. I'm going to write a country song about Daisy today because I happen to be in Nashville. All the trees blooming, birds singing. Yeah, it's a pretty good Starbucks I'm at, actually. There's a Japanese steakhouse right next to me. I mean, a Red Roof Inn and a Cracker Barrel. I don't really eat there, but I think I'm going to go to the Japanese steakhouse tonight. Not where they cook in front of you, but just sit down. There's the Nashville police over there. This is like a really congested area. Hey, Virginia. Super congested around here. I walked over to this Thai place last night. It pissed me off. I was there 5 minutes before they closed, and they made me get it to go. That's the whole idea of a closing time, is you get there so you can get there so you can sit down. I hate getting stuff to go if I can help it. It's pretty good, though. Well, Daisy said, yeah, we're down south, Dad. It's gonna be a beautiful day today. It's really crazy. You don't have to be that far south for it to be this different. Look at Daisy's shaking because she's got her hair all shaved off. It's okay, hon. The sun be glistening on you, honey. I think I might take Daisy back here if there's a place. Wish this Starbucks I could walk over to. I almost went in, but I wasn't sure you could do it. It seems odd that nobody would be in there. Yeah, I'm not into the music part of it at all. I just like cities. Actually, I like little cities out in the middle of nowhere better, to be honest with you. But as I said yesterday, part of the reason I pick where I pick is because they have red roof ends and it's no hassle for dogs. Hi.
Is that Daisy?
Yep, that's Daisy. Hey, can you go inside here too or not?
So you can go inside and order, but unfortunately we don't have our open seating.
Oh, okay.
yet. We should be opening it up pretty soon though.
Okay, thanks.
You can go ahead and take that.
Thanks.
You want yours first or hers?
Hers.
Hers?
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. So you can go in and order, get your coffee, and walk out.
Yes, sir. And while you're waiting for your coffee, if it's taking an exceptionally long time, I believe we do let you sit down, but you just can't enjoy your coffee.
Oh,
after you
okay.
sit down.
All right, thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too. Hear that, Daisy? Hope she has a wonderful day, Daisy. This looks like a big field back here. There may not be access. Doesn't look like too good access to me. Yeah, I'll go back, try back here. And the birds are really singing this morning. Hey Blue, how you doing? How's it going? Beautiful day here in Nashville. I think it is. Yeah, it is a beautiful day. No, I like where I live, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's cool down here, but I live in a great area. Actually, I like the winter a lot. You know, I go up to those places and film the ice. I like that better than the hot, believe it or not. I know it sounds crazy, but I like where I live. Plus, it's cheap. I paid cash for my place 10 years ago. And, I see what these people pay for these houses. They're out of their mind. I'd have to get a job. I use that Sony A53. Actually, I didn't like any of my infrared shots yesterday. I took infrared shots, but I overexposed them all. It's hard to see in that monitor when it's a bright sunny day, and they just look like shit, so I deleted the whole file. Yeah, it's a Sony A53. Actually, it's a good camera for the daytime, but it absolutely sucks for nighttime low light movement. I hope something goes wrong with it so I can get a new one, but I don't want to get rid of it while it's still working. It's good for interviews and everything, but the night sensitivity is terrible. And I like getting video of airplanes landing and taking off, and it's absolutely terrible. But daytime like that, 4K, it's perfect. And I don't know what kind of tree that is. No, I don't. I'm going to be uploading a 2-hour clip from the back roads between Memphis and Nashville. I kind of cut across the north of the expressway and came in from the north and went south to get to my hotel. But it's 2 hours of clips, the back roads of Tennessee. Absolutely beautiful. I don't expect anybody to watch maybe any of it, but I like it. See, now a few years from now, I'll go back and I'll watch that clip. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's beautiful. But the back roads of Tennessee, if you look at whatever that expressway is, 24, 22, whatever it is, it goes from Memphis to Nashville. I went north, and that cut slowly northeast above the expressway the whole time. Just beautiful. Only problem is there's no jobs down here. Decent paying jobs. I figured out, though, on this trip that I would rather just make a lot less money and live like out in the places that I've seen here in Mississippi than have some high-paying job in Detroit and not that kind of scenery. Do you want to do a pee-pee? You do want to do a pee-pee. Then we'll do a pee-pees. And the birds I brought my recorder today. Maybe I can get some audio on some birds singing. Oh, Daisy. Where you at, hon? Look at Daisy getting right into it. Oh yeah, you feeling good, hon? Oh yeah, hon. Wow. Oh yeah. Feeling good, hon? Good girl. Daisy's such a great dog. Yeah, now I haven't really figured out where I'm going to go after here. I'm staying the night here as well. You know what sucks, but I never really catch up on my sleep. I'm always like, I never really totally catch up. That's why I like it when it rains places. That forces me to stay home and, sleep more and read. Hey, cat. But if you want to go to some nice places, just a Tupelo I'd highly recommend. Oxford is really nice. Mississippi. Now Memphis, I've been there a million times before. Plus I woke up 30 miles down the street, so I didn't hang out there yesterday. I've been there a lot. So I took a little video, went and got a couple postcards for somebody, and hit the road so I could come to Nashville. Nashville's only 200 miles to the east, northeast. I mean, this is nice and everything here, but I'm in the north suburb, the north side of Nashville. But you look at the crime rates in Memphis and Nashville, and it's crazy high. They're dangerous places in a lot of places, although not as much as Detroit. And I'm down there all the time, so all it takes is one incident to quit saying I don't know what people are talking about and not want to go there ever again. So you got to be careful and lucky. The traffic around Memphis and Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta is just nuts. I lived in Chicago for 13 years, so I know what that's like. It's not quite that bad, but it's bad. Temperature, I think it's about 60. I think it's going to get to 65. You know, sunshine and no wind. Might not be that warm. I'm actually in Goodlettsville, suburb to the north. Goodlettsville. I read a lot of science, everything really. I read a lot of medical books. There's a place on eBay, a place out of Mishawaka, Indiana, that I buy a lot of medical books. Sometimes they're brand new. That books are like $300 new. They're like $5. I read books on everything, to be honest with you. Now I'm reading a couple books on blockchain and Bitcoin. Yeah, flowers are coming out there. Yeah, flowers, I see them planting all over. I was wondering yesterday driving, I wonder how far in Mississippi the alligators are found. How far north? I wonder how far north they go. Now, is a lot of that snow still hanging around, Blue? Hey, Jeremy. Having fun, hon? Good girl. Yes, that's welcome to Denver. That snow was a lot of fun though, wasn't it? I got a bunch more video and stuff to upload of like the road, you know, the area. I'm gonna work on some interviews today. Oh, okay. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you battle though if you don't landscape. You know, all these warmer climates. Got all this stuff growing. I noticed, you know, as I said, like Tunica, the casinos are really not doing that hot. A bunch of junk in the parking lots, not maintained. But Florida particularly, and I'm sure even Hilton Head, any place where you got this high moisture in the summer. I mean, that's great. You can come out and it's warm like this. But the maintenance around hot, humid places is crazy. I mean, even down in the Hilton Head, I mean, you see these nice houses and there's mold growing on the side. Probably did it over a 2 or 3 day period. Nope, no perfect place. That's it. But overall, I would rather live in cold than hot. I mean, it was cool going down to the beach and all that. I liked it. But as far as living around that traffic and bugs and mold and dampness, forget it. Plus people. All the people that congregate to those places. I don't get it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's that great. You know, up where I live, as far as like, you know, pleasing to the eye, crystal clear, deep blue water, like when I visit Mary, not that many people, beautiful photography. Part of the reason I got that camera converted to infrared, and I'm going to do this when I get back, is up near where Mary lives, that's big vineyard and cherry orchard area. And the contrast between just rows of trees and that beautiful water in the background, it's going to be perfect for infrared photography. And that's part of the reason that really got me motivated to do it. Yeah, I've been up Maine. Yeah, you should do it, Karen. It's beautiful. I've been to Maine. I mean, everywhere is nice. You know, I don't want to like knock places, but I don't think I'd want to live in Maine. I've been there quite a few times. I don't like. I like more like crazy snow. I mean, you do get snow, but the towns are too small, I guess. Like here, I always try and stay close to a Barnes & Noble. There's 2 of them near me here. And as I said when I was in Tupelo, Barnes & Noble's like, their new owners, they cater to regional sections. And, you know, like Huntsville, engineering, Lexington, of course, horse racing, history. And I'm curious how big their regional section is here and what it entails in Nashville. Probably tons of music, that kind of thing. But I'm going to find out in about an hour. Yeah, that's how I got Karen. Honestly, you couldn't give me it. That traffic I couldn't handle it. I mean, on Hilton Head, you got to drive 19 miles in this crazy traffic just to get on an expressway. And then if you're going to Atlanta, you got to go 9 miles south to head west. Daisy, come here, hon. That would drive me nuts. All stop and go. Another thing I don't like, this sounds like I'm a big picky baby. Maybe I am. But like when I'm driving down the road, there's a lot of things that I just, like that barbecue place yesterday. I say, oh, that's the kind of place I would like to eat. So I stop in there. And when you're in Hilton Head, you can't see anything. It's all trees and landscaping, and you could have a Starbucks a half mile from you, and if you didn't have a GPS or a map, you'd never know about it because you can't see it from the road. That sounds like something stupid to bitch about, but I like driving down the road. It's like, oh, there's a Best Buy, there's a Barnes & Noble. I don't want to have to turn on my phone to go to something a half mile away because I can't see it. I swear to God, you're going to think I'm crazy. If you said, I will give you a house on the ocean in Hilton Head, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want to run any scam and accept it and then sell it and not tell you. I would politely thank you and pass. Same thing with Florida. You can keep it, the whole place. No thanks. I know this sounds like crazy thinking. Of course, I am crazy, but as I said, I spent a lot of time in Tunica, and I love that Mississippi Delta. I love like Clarksdale, and it's getting back to how it was before the money came in. I was looking up on the internet, over a 20-year period, they got about $780 million. Well, they built an infrastructure to support it, and that infrastructure's gone. But I like that blue and white restaurant, and I ate it. I like that kind of living. No traffic jams. Honestly, I'd rather live in Blight than Hilton Head. Hey, Dan. There was I briefly explained the cost of those homes when I was in Hilton Head. And remember I said the one smaller one, I said it was 1.3 million. It was actually 2.3 million. So anyway, long story short, I know this already, but it's like anything, a marriage, a job, moving someplace. You don't really know what it's like until you get there. I knew a Catholic priest that did a community ride with a police officer, and after about an hour in the shift, he thought, the hell with this religion. He wanted to be a police officer, so he quit the priesthood and became a cop. All that training, I mean, the seminary and everything, that's a long time. So my point is, you don't really know it until you get to experience it. So we were walking back. Everybody's really friendly down there. What I do like about Hilton Head is this: a lot of etiquette, a lot of tact, a lot of educated people, great conversations. Everybody's super friendly. You don't hear a bunch of vulgarity and loud and fireworks going off and music playing late in the night. That's what you get with that kind of group of people. So like you say, no place is perfect. You could go to a movie there and hear a pin drop. That kind of thing. So there are benefits. But anyway, on the way back, everybody's super friendly. They're waving to me and they're sitting on their porch, and I thought, wow. I said, you finally got your $1 million view. He said, we're renting. Long story short, he's an attorney who's renting from an attorney. And I talked to him briefly, and he said that he's glad that they rented that place because he finally got his wife to realize that living on the ocean is a pain in the ass. He said everything's always damp and wet, and it is cool to sit into a chair and look out, and like I did, the sunrises, those are $1 million views. Honest to God, they really are. Those 2 sunrises I got, they're probably the best I've ever seen in my life. Just the cloud cover, that kind of thing. But everything else, you can keep. And he said he realized, and his wife realized, after living there, after about 6 months, that they don't ever want to live near the ocean again. They want to live away from it, and they want to visit it. Those were excellent ribs. You know another thing down here I like? I'm not saying there's probably crappy ribs somewhere, but I don't think they'd be around very long. Both places that I got ribs, particularly this place yesterday, even the sides are good. Coleslaw's chilled. I don't know what they do to those beans, but they're good. I don't really like beans that much. Excellent. But the barbecued food down here is killer. Like I said yesterday, I bet you when these people from down south come up to the north and eat, I bet they think somebody's trying to poison them. The food is so good down here. I mean, that blue and white diner that I ate at was like something your grandmother would cook you. Yeah, the traffic is a killer. Yeah, you're right around here. Sure is. This has been the first time in a while Daisy's got to go out and just do this. You know what I realized with her? You thought I would have figured this out sooner. But she doesn't like going to the bathroom where there's been a bunch of other dogs. It happened in Tupelo. I don't care if there's a big, wide, open area. She just doesn't want to do it. Yeah, flooding's a bitch. You know that the last time I was there's a Southwest 737. The last time that I was down in Tunica was about 8 years ago. I took a helicopter ride and I cut through there. I didn't go to the casino that I usually go to. And I don't know how long that park's been there, but as crazy as it sounds, access to the Mississippi is not that easy. If you look at a map, it's 2,350 miles long, and in that, it squirms all over. So unless some municipality is willing to dump $1 million into gravel and concrete, and it's all marshy and flooded, and so you just don't pull up to the Mississippi or you ever feel like it. You better catch it at a bridge area like Helena, heading over to Arkansas. or as you're going through Memphis, you don't see that much of it. There's a levee, you can't see over it, blah blah blah. So I was glad that park was open. That's the first time I'd ever been there. That's right next to Fitzgerald's Casino, and man, it's a beautiful place. But I don't know if you could tell if you watch that video, but I've been reading a lot about the Mississippi while I've been down here. I mean, I knew most of it anyway, but man, I'd hate to fall in that damn thing. It just looks like death. Hell, I bet you can't see 5 inches in there. Current going like hell. Just this big, massive, powerful river. I was surprised I didn't see any barges. It may be too high a water. I bet, because usually they're all over the place. When I was, one time I was down there in Tunica about 20 years ago, and there used to be a casino farther south that went out of business. And you could drive back there and you could get down near the river. And I just happened to be down there one day. They had a makeshift dock set up, the Army Corps engineers. And they take these big giant pilings like you'd see when they divide traffic on an expressway. And they have this huge ship with these big boom cranes. And what they do is they divert the water flow to try and keep it deep enough for the barges. It's quite an infrastructure under the water for the Mississippi. It's crazy maintenance. And I saw it, and I got talking to a guy, and he said, this shows you, even 20 years ago, how different things were. He said, just go ahead and look around if you want. I went all over that ship. Talked to guys, saw the engine room, no helmet, nothing. I bet you couldn't do that now. On the other hand, you wonder how much of it is folklore, because if you Google, there's a guy that just swam the entire length of the Mississippi River. And he didn't get sucked down and drowned. So, I notice that law enforcement, they're constantly doing a lot of little mini seminars. I think they do it to scare kids and let them know, hey, this isn't anything to mess around with. They had a dummy and they put a rope on it and they showed how the dummy got sucked down in some pool of water or whatever. So I think it's scare tactics, which you can't blame them for. But if a guy swam the whole thing, and if you go out there in the summer, there's kayaks and all sorts of stuff. Now, if you thought you were going to get swallowed by the Mississippi, you think you'd be out there in a kayak by a sponsored company that rented you the kayak? I doubt it. So I'm not really sure how much of it's bullshit and how much of it's truth. Probably both. All as I know is I can't swim that good anyway. I hope the hell I never fall in it. I mean, it looks like it was doing 20 miles an hour yesterday. You couldn't really tell that great on the video I took, but that is one ass kicker river. How mankind could build a bridge. It's one thing building a bridge and it's just normal water. But when you build a bridge, it can withstand that power. Cars driving over, that's a pretty damn impressive engineering feat, if you ask me. If I was the guy that was the head project manager, I think I'd have a lot of sleepless nights. Daisy! Hey, hon! Hey! Hey! Come here! Daisy found a hole in the fence. Come here, hon! Come on, hon! Come on, honey! Daisy! Come here, hon! Daisy went under this fence. Daisy, come here, honey. Go bye-bye. Come on, hon. She likes shorter grass. Come on, hon. Go walkie bye-bye. Daisy, come here, hon. Come on, hon. Good girl. Come on, hon. Good girl. Let's go walkie bye-bye. Come on. such a nice day. See, like I bitch about, hot climates. Well, this is the spring, so it doesn't get any better than this. But in the summer down here, it's too hot for me. Go partying, hon. Oh, good girl, hon. We're partying in Nashville, hon. Yeah, there was a lot of snakes in Florida. When I bought that 20 acres, I had to clear it, which was expensive. Now it's a bunch of permits and bullshit and, environmental stuff. All I did was, take out this kudzu and this other crap, a bunch of dead trees. But it cost me a ton of money to clear 20 acres, and that was 1992. Not only would it be 10 times more now, I'd probably need to get a federal permit in case there was some beetle living there that I didn't know about. Yeah, that's crazy, Virginia. Who would put up with that? Of course, this is a big church day down here today. See, the flags are half-mast here for some reason. Anybody know why? Oh, thank you, Raspy. This is a great dog. Feet are all wet. I'm gonna let her go do her thing more today. Have more fun running around. I'm gonna make it a daisy day. Oh, you weren't feeling good, Danny? Oh, the Atlanta shooting? I didn't even know about an Atlanta shooting. Oh, you talking about that that massage parlor? It's nice to see the country rally behind that. That they just are treating that as just people that lost their lives over a kook. And there was a time where, because of what they were doing, they'd have been ostracized and ignored, and it's nice to see that their lives are recognized. I think that wasn't that in Memphis, that tornado? That was in Memphis, I think. Yeah. I'll tell you, I've had that happen like 5 times in my life. As I said, I've been like this my whole life. Even when I was a teenager, I drove my ass off all over looking at things. And I've either got there early or I got out of Dodge right before they hit. Big ones. Tornadoes. So I've been batting 1,000. I hope it keeps up. I actually stayed an extra day in Tupelo trying to catch that bad weather. All right, Dan. Hey, Sandy. I'm in Nashville. Yeah, it's a Joanna. There's Joanna. See you, Dan. Have a good day. Come on, hon. Oh, Dan's not feeling good because of the shot. Hey, by the way, that Marvin Hagler dying because of the COVID shot's a bunch of bullshit. That was all debunked. You know, there's a lot of robins singing down here. Oh, did you, Cynthia? Hey, Zona. You up near Crescent City? Oh, good for you, Cynthia. Yeah, I love robins too. You know they migrate at night. Did you know that, Lana? They migrate at night. That's also Wisconsin's and Connecticut state bird. They're smart. Hear that robin singing now? Oh, I can imagine getting a massage here, no problem. It's unbelievable the amount of time law enforcement pisses their time away at those places. You know that Kraft, the guy that owns the New England Patriots, he got busted in that one down in Jupiter. And that's another example of the police just having their head up their ass. Talk about egg on your face. They got the whole omelet on their face. They finally dropped charges against him. As it turned out, they disallowed any of the recorded conversations in the video because the judge thought that they had way too much video and audio unrelated to a sex sting. And then the cops kind of got caught lying. They said it was a sex sting. And then when that started to look shaky, they claimed it was human trafficking, and that turned out to be bullshit too. I feel bad for the poor guys that pled guilty and have a criminal record over that stupid horse shit. I mean, here you got to be a billionaire. I mean, you know, drugs and crime in Florida is rampant. And you're in there hiding cameras in massage parlors. I mean, give me a break. Yeah, they are, Lana. I don't know if I'm gonna or not, Cynthia. Yeah, it's hard to believe anybody would spend time on that bullshit. I knew a guy that owned some massage parlors. They had that down to a science. They give you a lock and a key, and then when you go to take your shower, they go get a master key and they go in your locker and look through your ID and see if you're a cop. I'm in Nashville. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a big Jack White fan. Yeah, you know, he asked me one time if I thought it was a good idea that he expanded out of Ann Arbor, and I told him I do not. So what does he do? He opens one in Dearborn Heights, which I knew would be disastrous. Long story short, they're in business about 6 months. Of course, the cops are all over it. They go in the dumpster and they find some rubbers and whatever. Get a warrant, search the place. Bottom line is they lost everything. They lost a condo, all sorts of cash. There were no drugs. It was just guys getting hand jobs and blow jobs probably. But he had to take a job. First of all, he broke up with the girlfriend. She was a sweetheart too. Actually, she has a master's degree in English, even though she was from South Korea and not a citizen. They broke up. He actually moved to Lakeland, Florida, And he was a really good guy, nice guy, and really made quite a bit of money. He met her at a massage parlor and bailed her out when she got busted someplace else. But anyway, long story short, they ended up losing everything. This was like 30 years ago. And he ended up taking a job as a custodian in the school system in Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, I haven't. I had a I got a place in Florida. I had lunch with him one time. That was probably 28 years ago. I haven't talked to him since. He's probably dead now. And even Ann Arbor, they're legalizing more and more drugs every day, and hash bash and all that bullshit. They've been clamping down on that, and now they're going to these massage parlors and nailing them for human trafficking, which is a bunch of bullshit most of the time. It's the oldest profession in the world. I mean, now they realize. Look at the back page guys. You want to read an interesting article? Look at the back page guys. They had basically had enough money to defend everything for years, and then those guys are broken in prison now too. When the feds get their bullseye on you, it's game over. Yeah, you're going to find an example here and there, like James Trafficant that represented himself against the IRS. But 99.9% of the time, your life is over. I mean, to me, it seems so stupid that law enforcement would spend time on this bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I think it's consenting adults, for God's sakes. If you go out to bars, of course, they're all closed and this and that. I mean, I was thinking about that the other day. If you're just a young person and you're out scouting around for relationships in bars, it's got to be slim pickings out there now with this. It was hard enough to get laid before COVID. I can't imagine what it's like now. Hey, Lulu. Yeah, I agree. I think they should protect him. Being a sex worker is just like one small facet of life. You know what I mean? It's like one part of a big piece of pie of a person. I don't care if they do it. I mean, I want the best for them. In this culture, if you grow up being a sex worker, there's probably something going on in the background. Because the problem I have is I don't know too many of them that feel good about themselves. And that's the part that bothers me. They have a right to be happy in life. Like I've said before, a lot of people get their happiness like me on the road and taking photos, and I have a good dog, and those are good feelings, and I have fun doing it. But these sex workers, sex, it's not sex to them anymore. It's a means to an end to support a drug addiction. They just run around feeling like shit. They don't have a promotion or a college degree, or they don't get happiness through any other venue. And they're caught in this vicious cycle of just feeling like shit. And that's what I feel bad about. No, I bet you do need a proof of vaccine. I mean, you don't even hear people talking about herpes and genital warts and papilloma virus and all that shit. But he's running around with a mask on. It's crazy. No shit. I wonder how. And bars closed. I mean, there's got to be more guys beating off now than ever. I mean, what do young people do now? It's crazy. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I mean, in these strip clubs and stuff now. Las Vegas, as far as I knew, it was always a 6-foot rule. You weren't getting those kind of lap dances. You'd think Las Vegas, everybody thinks you go to Las Vegas and it's all bets off. Wrong. Not true. Prostitution's illegal there. They bust those topless dancers left and right for violating that 6-foot rule. Then you can go upstairs on the couch and get the $400 bottle of Boone's Farm. I had a buddy of mine that married a girl that was a stripper out in Las Vegas. And I'm not shitting you, man. You hear these stories, but she made $200,000 a year working part-time. No sex. Why would you have sex and risk that gravy train when all you got to do is give companionship? Like geisha girls, it's non-sexual relationships. There's a real art to like a woman making a guy feel important and wanted. And it's just like playing the piano or drawing, painting. There are women out there that are experts at just making guys feel good. And if you're a lonely guy that can't date normally, a $400 bottle of Boone's Farm wine on a couch with a cute young girl making you feel this way is arguably worth it. Non-sexual. No shit. Read about geisha girls. They make these guys feel like $1 million, and there's a cost for that. Especially if you're a nerd and you can't date through normal channels. Oh, sorry about that, rascal. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, that's true, Virginia. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Cuddle with guys for $100. And that's kind of like how I'm not saying now stuff never happens. All I'm saying, it doesn't make any sense. Why would a girl that doesn't have to have sex when she's making $200,000 a year part-time? It doesn't make any sense. Unless she's some like freak nymphomaniac or something like that likes getting in trouble. But why would you do that? I mean, this is reversed. And I didn't even think she was like what I would consider pretty, but that's, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. That's no shit. I told you before, I used to go to a topless bar called BT's in Dearborn, Michigan. And back then, in the 70s, early 80s, to me, it seemed like they looked like cheerleaders and stuff. They didn't have purple hair and nose rings and all that kind of shit. And there was a girl working there that was a female bodybuilder. Now you would think a straight guy going into a topless bar, why would he be interested in a muscular woman with no breasts that looked like she had a dick chopped off? I mean, this is a logical question. And you ready for this? There'd be people waiting in line trying to get a lap dance from her. It's just one of these mysteries I can't really figure out. Oh, come on, rascal. It's just nuts. Yeah, but for whatever. I asked a couple guys just because I'm being nosy. It's like, hey, it's none of my business, but you got all these cute girls around here. And that one's got bigger biceps and triceps and a 6-pack of abs. What interests you in that? And they all said they were just having fun. Yeah, I don't buy that either. Just having fun. I mean, I can understand, there's something out there for everybody. I can understand people being attracted to female bodybuilders, but not in a place like that. Crazy. You'd have some girl, like, gorgeous, sitting there with a sad puppy face, looking at the line of the people wanting to get a lap dance by the female bodybuilder. It's crazy. But, you never know what people are thinking. Watch these damn crime shows. I still catch myself watching these crime shows no matter where I'm at, as I'm doing something else. A lot of churches. Oh, you're a Christian? Good for you. Oh, banged up abroad? Oh, okay. We're gonna party today. Yeah, you just don't know what's in a person's mind. You really don't know. Yeah, Todd, that's possible. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep. Sorry about that, by the way, Todd. There'll be somebody good out there for you. Well, that's another thing that can piss you off. And you see it in a lot of the working girls. Although I think the kids are better off without them than they're with them. The people have this fantasy of mothers and children and this bond, this irrevocable thing. Yeah, it's all great and everything. That's a warm and fuzzy, and that's the way I'd like to see it happen. I mean, you would like to think that, producing offspring is a special event rather than just a couple dogs locked up in the middle of a vacant lot in Detroit. I get it, okay? But the reality of it is there's all sorts of people walking around. Me is a perfect example. That if it wasn't for recreational, careless, drinking, fucking, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. The point is, if you got here because of that, like I did, I mean, you can argue a silver lining. I would not be here if it wasn't for that. I got a lot of scotch left. On my second bottle, of course. Yeah, but morals, it's like, morals is another moving target. I mean, is sex okay before marriage? If you're asking me, hell yeah. Now, you may say that's immoral. I wouldn't agree with it. So morals is a moving target, I think. I don't think there's anything wrong with consenting adults having sex, whether they're married or whether they're not. That's just my opinion. Now, if I walked into one of these zillion churches within walking distance, I'm sure on the surface they're going to deny that. It's like, no, marriage is special. Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh, thank you, Dolly. Thank you. I hope you pray that I win the Powerball. The Bible talks about that shit. You're not supposed to be praying for shit like that. Like winning the lottery and stuff. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Chrissy. My best buddy was a Catholic priest. And he died about 9 years ago. And we had a lot of conversations on, over the years of his 40 years as a parish priest, how confession had changed and how the church's attitude on people living together had changed. The Bible talks about that too, because you could abstain from sex, and the Bible talks about the appearance of sin. In other words, if you're not having sex and you're still living together, that's the appearance of sin. So living together was bad too. And the Catholic Church finally just threw their hands up on that and just said, hey, we don't even ask anymore. Yeah, the reason they don't ask is their numbers were dwindling. And even though they didn't agree with it, they realized that every single time someone came in to have a consultation about a marriage, you didn't want to turn it into an argument. And that's exactly what was happening. So they just quit asking. Don't ask, don't tell kind of thing. Makes sense, but on the other hand, it kind of chips away at the fundamentals of why you think that organization would exist to begin with. Of course, they're crazy anyway. They don't believe in birth control. They've really backed off on the homosexual thing, but you can pin them down on that if you're careful in how you structure your argument. That gay thing, it really is a hot potato for the Catholic Church. Hey, Superwoman. Well, the Catholics claim they don't believe in birth control, but they support the rhythm method. That's a form of birth control. Oh, okay, Todd. Yeah, Mother Earth is cool, but it's not monotheism, and at least is the way it's explained to us. There's no afterlife when you believe in Mother Earth. There's no heaven and hell. I mean, I'm kind of that way too. Look, if there is hell, I'm sure they got a chair with my name on it. I like the idea of nature and all that stuff, but if you look at the concept of the whole belief system, salvation, the Mother Earth thing is going to be really wrong when it's time to meet the Grim Reaper. Oh shit. Yeah, I wish it wasn't true. Yeah. I mean, I just can't believe that if there, let's say there is a hell, that you go to hell for having premarital sex. I mean, come on. I mean, why don't you just send me there for not wiping my face one time when I had lunch? I mean, if this is the kind of standard there is, I do agree with the God that Jesus died for your sins. I mean, that's a pretty good example. Oh, that's cool, Todd. Cool. My religion is if it feels good, do it. And yesterday, coming across from Memphis to Nashville, there were cops in those. They got cool looking cop cars down here. Really some neat paint schemes on these Chargers. These guys were just hiding in every damn bush there is through that path. Now this is a Tyson something. I don't know if that's Tyson chicken or not. Yeah, you're right, Thomas. Yeah, STDs, that's not good. That's crazy, all these years and people still getting them. If you got young nieces and nephews, you want to get that papilloma virus shot. You want to get them that shot. Well, I think I'm going to hit the old road today, you guys. I'm going to party down here in Nashville. Wish I could go in and record a black Baptist church service. I think it'd be really interesting. I guess I don't have the balls to just walk up there with my camera and say, hey, would you guys mind if I recorded this? Yeah, I'm not into that Nashville stuff. I was reading a thing online not long ago that Dolly Parton wears those long sleeves to cover up tattoos. I don't know if that's true or not. I really kind of got turned off on her when I found out she had big fake tits. It just really kind of soured me on the whole. I give her A+ for marketing herself the right way, but that just kind of takes away from the old apple pie, dumplings, virgin, singing hillbilly that made it big. Oh, thank you, Invade. Oh, okay. Yeah. And when she got it, I don't think a lot of that was going on, You kind of wonder if old Dolly had made it if she had just kept her natural A cups. Probably not. All right, Terry. At Tyson Chicken, they were tight with the Clintons. Yeah, you're right, Chrissy. You too, Todd. She may have laid her on, but they were fake. No, she admitted to it. See ya, Lulu. All right, Joanna. Yeah. See you, Intellectual. When are you heading back? When are you heading back? Oh, okay. Oh, good for you. Yeah, thanks a lot, Blue. If this damn traffic, I'm gonna go out in the country a little more and see if I can get some of these birds singing. All right, Dolly. Yeah, I don't like them. All right, you guys have a good day today. Have a good day.